Ah, finally! Finally! Okay, sorry guys for the absolute dog crap stuff that is going on. Looks like the video isn't much in. How much can you hear me? Like, please tell me a lot because I'm not quite sure. I will do my best. Okay, so my apologies for the shitty technical issues. That was my first time using NVIDIA Broadcast, so I guess it didn't turn out quite well. How is the music? Like, is the music good? Okay, excellent. So, good afternoon, guys, and thank you for coming to our live stream. So we're going to watch the World Tokyo Game Show presentation together, and then we're going what happened. So Matt Walker said just before the live started that Vergil won't be the focus on the stream that's going on, so maybe we'll see a bit of Virgil, but it won't be the main focus. Bit of crossed audio. Oh, and I guess Mirror Cap is a bit tasteless, so for those who don't follow me on Twitter, I actually had a bet that if Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition was announced, I would stop shaving my hair. So here we go. So yeah. Here we go. And this has been like 1 week and a half since I last shaved, so this is actually terrible. I can't. Okay, so I'll try to not to expand too much. Installing Q Marley DMC5, Q was murdered. Yeah, well, you gotta blame Matt Walker for that, because he knew about the bet, and he still chose to tell me nothing. So send a lot of message to Matt Walker saying, give us your bald kill back, because tell him, send message to Matt if you need. Okay, so someone in the chat, I think it was Monkey King, asked if I believed if there was going to be more than one weapon, and to be honest, I think we will. And actually, Matt, by saying Vergil wouldn't be the main focus of this live stream, said there would be weapons. Wait, this isn't the right. There we go. So you can see, just to set expectations, we won't be going into detail on, on Virgil's weapons or moves tonight. So the main key is that he said specifically weapons with an S, and knowing the guy, he doesn't do this kind of mistakes. So I'm pretty sure it did mean extra devil arms, because he obviously knows, well, he knows we know about Doppelganger V, so him speaking to weapons like that and not mechanics is important. And the second thing is, he actually liked. I actually answered the tweet. I will show you here. So I said, well, to be honest, you gave about one little detail that actually mattered and had us worried, so thanks for the consolation prize. See you at the live and have a nice time. And he liked it. I mean, he liked the tweet, but the thing is, this is the only tweet, an answer, a reply to his tweet. This is the only answer he actually liked. So this kind of points out at a stealth confirmation of Virgil having new devil arms. Now, what they are, I hope that is going to be decent. Like, I don't really care if it's Beowulf or Force Edge. The only thing is, I want more weapons. Like, actually, I would love to have new weapons, even if there's the former moveset of DMC4 or DMC3, because DMC3 Beowulf was really solid. To be honest, I'd like to see having Yuris and Greaves instead of Beowulf, and to see another weapon, so maybe Force Edge using a summoned sword, or maybe having Griffin doing stuff. Nilo Angelo's sword with new moves, it's unlikely. Hudra says Dante probably already sold Beowulf and Vergil has to hunt it down so he can get it back. I actually don't agree with this for a simple reason, is that even if Dante uses Beowulf to go through DMC3, he actually didn't have the weapon canon-wise. So what I mean by this is that there was never a single cutscene in the whole DMC history showing Dante using Beowulf. Only Virgil had acquired the weapon. So in my opinion, Virgil, canonically speaking, still has Beowulf. That's my own take of this. Pandora would be cool if it comes back. Yeah, Pandora would be nice, but there's no way Virgil would have his hands on the actual Pandora. Rightful is a way to put it. I mean, this is not saying that it's. Of course, Dante uses Beowulf. Like, this is no denial. There's a combat tree you have to break. But canonically speaking, there's no cutscene showing Beowulf. One thing I know some people were wondering about the DLC content, because as some of you know, Steam has listed 7 new DMC5 items. So likely to be DLCs. So one of them is obviously the Virgil DLC, but I try to think a bit to see what will be going out of it. So I discussed that a bit with some people, and my personal belief, I put a list somewhere, so let's just get me fetch it. Having to scroll through Messenger conversations. Less than 30 minutes to the invest, right? Yes, it's actually going on in 15 minutes. Scrolling up can take some time. Okay. Because I actually made 2 different lists, so I made a list for specifically Virgil and at least if we have Dante, Lady and Trish being announced today, for example. So my list was something like, so first item would be Virgil DLC, the second one will be Super Vergil, the third one would be the ability to buy directly the 3 million red orb taunt, so the X taunt, a classic battle theme, because there's no way they're going to put Vergil without a battle theme, so likely to be an alternative music, an alternative battle song. So that might be, let's say, for example, a DMC3 boss theme, because we didn't have one of them, but this could be the chance to elaborate. In item number 5, I suppose there could be, I have no evidence whatsoever about this, but it could be one new Nero Devil Breaker. And if it does, I do hope it's going to be the ability to channel a Spectral Yamato to have some kind of dual wield, a bit similar to what Dante did with Darkslayer in DMC4. The number 6 item could be likewise a new Dante weapon, or maybe style. Don't know. I don't know what could that be, but maybe a legacy sword like Alastor. That could be nice, or Ifrit, Gilgamesh, there's some possibilities. Nevan could be a choice, Agni or Dudrat, so there's many possibilities out of this. And 7 will be, provided Vergil does have several devil arms, will be an alternative version like Cavalier Air for Virgil. So let's say it has Beowulf, so maybe it's another skin of Beowulf with an exclusive attack. So at least that's my take on this. Are you listening to DMC OST on a box or something? I actually have the whole OST downloaded. Then hey Kyo, why not Bal today? Because I lost the bet on DMC5 special edition announcement. So for now I gotta have my hair grow up. So tell me what you think about my pseudo list. Moving on, there's another thing that I sort of noticed rewatching the trailer, is that I actually talk about it on my Twitter, is that when Virgil stabbed himself, we're going to see it like right now. I think V is gonna be like a proper SDT transformation, so playable with an alternative moveset, and the attack we witnessed is probably sort of like, was it Demolition or Judgment? That was the attack. So I think this attack is similar to Judgment for Vergil and V. So if this is the case, and Dante's model about Cinderella Trigger is taken over to Vergil, I do hope we are going to have a quadruple S skill, so we can have instantly timed cancel. And that would potentially make up for maybe a neutral trick being absent. So 10 minutes left until the actual showcase starts. So is there anything you guys noticed in the trailer that would you like to see within reasonable expectation, of course? I think you can put the two trailer away. Don't worry, I'm going to put them away. Just having them on as long as the trailer is up, you know. Anyway, since it's up, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to put this. Oh yikes, my bad. The boomerang move in 4 is a proper moveset. I would love to see this, but to Dante. Honestly, I just want reversals or buff for V. Buff might be likely. Reversal for V, however, I'm actually not sure it will happen. And I'm not even sure that there's a way for reversal to be useful with V. So a lot of people seem to expect the Ladies' Night, so well, since there are 35 minutes, so maybe, I mean, we did get a Virgil DLC announcement, so maybe maybe if there's a Ladies' Night, it could be to a separate DLC. Where did you download the OST? Steam? Yes, indeed, I download the OST from Steam, and I asked about the River Light. It'd be funny if ladies are DLC for special edition. No, I don't think they would. If they happen, they won't be DLC for special edition. However, there might be a specific DLC for Tradition Lady. What do you think of DMC5 Vergil? I can't tell. I mean, there's a lot of small parameters that's going to be either the character is going to be good or it's going to completely suck. Like, if you can steal trick as easily as you can in DMC4, if you can still cancel stuff into let's say drive or kick 13 or judgment cut end, this kind of cancel matter too, and they were a solid part of how Virgil played. Hey baby! I was really hoping for extra story content in the MC5 Special Edition, but considering Virgil is so cheap, I think we're just getting a prologue and episode cutscene. Well, you know, Virgil is $5, but DMC Devil May Cry, so the reboot at Vergil's Downfall, it was maybe 6 or 7 at the time, so it's not that much more expensive. I mean, it's safe to have expectation, but it's true that for us the price strikes low, but since it's only the second time we have it, but people tend to forget that there was already Vergil's downfall, which already happened in this kind of model. Yet it's confirmed for sure it was in the press release, well, in the press information. So I got mine through Danny Starkov, which is the guy who won those crazy. So props to him. And he gave me the information, and yes, Virgil DLC is $5 confirmed. Why do I feel like they'll talk about ray tracing? Yeah, there will likely be a lot of ray tracing, Legendary Dark Knight. Turbo mode maybe a bit less because it's less visual and significant. But I think they're probably going to play a bit as Vergil, but not go in depth. Like they could do like when they showcase King Cabarrus or Cavalier in several presentations of Dante. You should play Voltaic Black Knight, okay. Likely. I wonder if it will separate all the DLC into individuals. Well, my take was, if there's one, it is Virgil as a DLC, then Trish and Lady together, but maybe more expensive. Legendary Dark Knight 5 minutes, Ray Tracing 30 minutes, 10 minutes promoting a sale of DMC games. That's actually likely. When it is gonna start? It's going to start in 2 minutes. Just giving me a bit of time so I can actually put the sound off. I will also put Voltaic. Where is it? Alright, 2 minutes left. Alright, countdown started. Oh, I love the music, wait. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Alright, here we go. Alright, it starts. So welcome to the Tokyo Game Show Capcom Showcase Day 2. Ooh. His power. Oh yeah, they do tease a bit of Virgil, don't they? Is the stream sound loud enough for you guys? Do I need to raise it a bit?
Hello and good evening to everyone watching Capcom TGS Live 2020. Thank you all for tuning in. I am Tsukamoto Atsumi, the MC for our second day of presentations. We hope you enjoy our show today. Now, for this year's Tokyo Game Show, Capcom is presenting this
Okay, a bit
special
more.
live stream, Capcom TGS Live 2020, which spans 2 days, yesterday, Saturday, September 26th, and today, Sunday, September 27th. It will last from now up until 2 hours from now. We will be bringing you the latest news on Capcom titles straight from the developers. So, we're sure that many of you also saw our event on Tokyo Game Show 2020 online. We'll be sure to be doing a deep dive into the new titles we announced there, so make sure to stay until the end. So, let's go right into tonight's schedule. Over here. First, right after this at 9:05 p.m. Japan Standard Time, we have a game we announced the other day, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. Info will be brought straight from the devs. After that, at 9:30 p.m., we will have Capcom Information Part 1, where Mr. Hirai and Miss Chocolat will talk about info and sweet merch. Unfortunately, this part will not
Oh,
be
it's actually 25 minutes.
After that, at 9:40 p.m. will be
Wow.
a title planned for
Why not?
2021, Resident Evil Village. Lots of info awaits.
It
but
was supposed
after
to
that,
be
there will be no
35
more
minutes,
simultaneous
so I
interpretation
actually
on my
reduced
side,
that,
so,
or maybe
you'll
we
have
just
to
interpreted
expect
it
the rest
wrong
later.
because of
Sorry,
Capcom
guys.
information.
After that is a special guest talk segment with Kano Eiko and then some Capcom information.
25 minutes of ray tracing, yeah, likely.
Also, each title's presentation is being interpreted live into both English and Chinese. If you are interested, please
I need
visit
a ray
Capcom's
tracing mode for my
official
head,
TGS
to be
website know
honest,
how to
because
access
it's
our
not as
live
shiny as it
channels,
used to
or
be.
say hi here. Additionally, joining us tonight on Capcom TGS Live 2020 are our remote supporters who we enlisted beforehand to help keep this live stream lively and exciting. They'll be watching the show together with the rest of you, so, hi, how you guys doing? Wow, look at all
Wow.
the people. Hi, thanks.
There's actually
love
one
the
guy who
shirts
looks
you're
like
wearing.
with V down there.
Can you sew us these special original t-shirts? Thank you. So please, everybody who's looking at the camera, give us a nice wave. Thank you. So the remote supporters will be watching this live stream with the rest of us. Alright, we want to get right to it. First, we'll be showing you information on this.
I'm sorry, just... Alright, here we go.
That's right, it is Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. First up, we have a presentation for you. During this presentation, Matt Walker, the producer, Itano Hideaki, also the director, and Kumabe Junya, the main planner, will be talking about this title for you. It is going to be a video, however. Guys, are you all ready?
Yeah.
Alright, it's time!
Hey, Matt.
2020 ご覧の皆様
Hi everybody, how are you doing?
Devil May Cry 5
I am Matt Walker, the producer of Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. I'm really happy to be here. But I've brought along two very special guests tonight. The first being a game industry legend, director Itsuno Hideaki. Why do you have to
Itsuno-san.
introduce me in such an embarrassing way? My name is Itsuno, I am the director. I can't help it, man. You made so many of my favorite games.
I need to make a roar
You know,
contest
I'm
with
always
Matt
saying this
someday.
on Capcom
That would be
TV,
nice.
but I'm very happy that we get to work together. And now, my second guest is Capcom's most stylish game
I love how
designer,
he looks right at you.
Uchi Hiranomachi's very own
I love
Junya
it.
Kumabe. Hi, I'm the main planner on DMC5 SE. It's been a while, everyone. Yeah, you've been on Capcom TV quite a few times. So, first up, I do just want to apologize to everyone. We really wanted to show off Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition from the studio, but circumstances being what they are, it was not to be. We are sorry. Yeah, we really wanted to go, huh? But on the upshot, this means that we can give you the information straight from the source. So, let's start with this. Enjoy.
New trailer. I hope. No, it's the current trailer. No, it's not a new trailer. Well, maybe it's a TGS version actually. Let's watch closely. Yeah, so far it's the same. Mag is approaching. Yeah, looks like it's still the same as. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay, well, to be expected.
And that was great! I really like that trailer. Me too. It's really cool, right? Of course, there's still a lot that's being kept under wraps. But
I hope so.
I think it shows off most of the good stuff. You know, the background music in the trailer is a new song, right? What's it called again? Good question. The theme song for 5 was Devil Trigger, right? Well, this is a new song by Casey Edwards.
Yeah, so apparently there's a lot still unwrapped.
SE. They brought in a new vocalist as well. Nice. So this game is, this song is called "Bury the Light," and it is Virgil's battle theme. So they're asking like, what is? How do you say that in Japanese? And he's just saying literally "bury the light" in Japanese. Look, he's saying, look, it's like, I'm absolutely terrible at translation interpreting, but it's got a deep meaning, okay? You just have to believe me. And I think you'll come to understand the meaning of the song's title if you think about it as you play through the game. So, Bury the Light is available on iTunes and other streaming platforms, so please give it another listen if you like what you heard. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is set to launch day and date with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series K.
Release date?
Same day launches are a lot of work, huh? So, all we can really say at this point is that it's going to be a launch title.
Yeah, but we have a release date of both PS5 and Xbox One, so maybe
and
we should
Xbox
adjust.
Series X launch title. So
maybe it will release
Special
with
Edition
Xbox One X because
so the
it's
idea is
earlier.
to use all the power and capabilities of this next-gen hardware to bring you an even more enjoyable Devil May Cry 5 experience. So we've used that next-gen power and tech in a few different ways.
Yeah,
And I'd
Claudia,
like
I'd
to
like
go
to know
on
where's
about
Nero's
them.
necklace.
First up is ray tracing. Ray tracing is a
Okay, so we're going
for
to be an
calculating
overview
the
of
reflection of light
what's
to
for the
make it
console
look more
versions.
realistic.
So right now we're going for ray tracing.
This is something that we can only do on next-gen hardware. One place that its benefits are obvious is how much better the reflections of the player and the background look in puddles on the floor. Another good example is when you see the player's reflection in a window. You can really see that the light's reflection is being calculated properly. So, until now, we've done a pretty good job of faking it without ray tracing using the hardware we've had up until now, but this time it's the real deal. It's all being calculated.
Yeah, so ray tracing won't be available
really
in Turbo Mode Legendary Dark Knight.
You'll be able to see that on some videos and slides.
And I'm not even sure that you can do Turbo and Legendary Dark Knight at the same time. That will be
the dev teams are hard at work on all of this. Next-gen consoles can do a lot more than just ray tracing.
Ray tracing is important. I mean, photo mode is really great, and you can see a lot of them every day.
We've added is high frame rate mode. If you activate high frame rate
like for example, Drew Sona, I think that's her name, she drops
it'll let you play
photo mode every day, so ray tracing is indeed quite important, but more like for
also have 3D audio.
having regular nice pictures that you can post on social media.
Experience a depth of sound and a sense of 3D presence like never before. Dude, you sound like a next-gen infomercial. I mean, duh, that's what we're going for. We're making a next-gen title, so it'd be waste not to use all of the next-gen features for the next gen, get all that next-gen power out. Aside from all of that, we're also making proper use of the PlayStation 5's new DualSense controller features, aren't we? Yeah, like haptic feedback. So, for example, Nero's Blue Rose and Dante's Ebony and Ivory, and there might be some others also have haptic feedback effects.
Haptic feedback for Ebony on Every Shooting and Blue Rose and Raving the Sword.
The DualSense controllers also have something called adaptive triggers.
Right.
The triggers themselves can provide feedback to the player.
I mean, they should try to. This is likely a marketing deal with Sony because they're focusing so much of what DualSense has to offer. So.
Right, like you're opening up the throttle on a motorbike, vroom vroom. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. The feeling of like revving a throttle, like the haptic feedback gives you a realistic sense of that through your fingers, I think. Make sure you give it a try once you get your hands on the hardware. Alright, let's move on to the next slide. The next slide is Turbo Mode.
Yeah.
This doesn't really have much to do with next gen, but we did have a lot of requests for it, so we thought, why not? Let's put it in special edition.
Okay, so Turbo was
Turbo Mode
reportedly a fun request.
2x speed. Nice. Turbo really is stylish, and I think it really suits the DMC aesthetic, right? It's really hard to play though. Everything comes at you a lot faster, so if you're not used to it, it's like your fingers won't even move quick enough to deal with it. Your muscle memory, it kind of starts to work against you because the extra speed.
It's kind of weird seeing them talking about muscle memory.
Muscle memory makes it kind of hard. The EX Act and the Max Act with it will probably get particularly intense. You basically have to relearn everything from scratch, but it's a mode that really suits the Devil gameplay, so I'd recommend that people who've already played through 5 maybe just try playing with Turbo Mode right from the start. Turbo Mode isn't the only new mode though, we've got more. You'll figure this out right from the picture,
they're doing quite a fast overview. I thought there was going to be a video thing of this, but...
So, 4 had
I'm not sure where they go into this.
Well, but the step up in hardware capability this time is quite impressive. So we're able to throw a huge number of enemies at you right from the start. It looks like a completely different
they
game.
said that Vergil wouldn't be the focus today, so...
A couple of extra modes.
Got me curious.
But that's it for this game, right? That's all we got for you. Dude, no, you're forgetting the coolest things. This is like the best part, come on. So, by popular demand, we've added Virgil mode, where you can have him as a playable character. So we're going to introduce that now.
Introducing Virgil.
That's what you're all here for, right? We heard you all loud and clear, kind of. You all wanted Virgil mode, so you're expecting us to show you some
said that
gameplay footage
it wouldn't be a focus. Why are you...
And Matt's going like, whoa, hold on. Maybe that's not the best idea from a marketing perspective. You've got to keep some material in reserve, Dude, don't be stingy. Come on, bro. Alright, fine. Alright, we show off the basics, so we might as well.
早速じゃあ実機プレイちょっと見てみま
Let's
しょう
show some actual video. Well, alright, first up. It's probably hard to understand just from still images. And while it was in the trailer, it wasn't that obvious there either. So we made a video that shows the same scenes with both ray tracing turned off and ray tracing turned
Oh
on.
no.
This way you can kind of see how
Oh
much of a difference it
no.
makes. So let's go
No.
to the sound
Don't do that.
video. So you can see the difference when you switch from off to on. The reflections change quite a lot, don't they? They become a lot more dynamic. And it really brings the scene together.
I just talk about Virgil and they're
makes it a lot
quickly
clearer.
switching to.
The dark in the areas, the dark and the light areas pop a lot more. Kind of the contrast is much clearer, so it makes for a cleaner image. Also, do you see how
This is.
it's calculating how
Isn't
the light
this
is
what they
bouncing
showed
off of
already?
things? That is called real-time ray tracing. It makes you wonder how those reflection effects worked without it, right? Easy. The old effects were powered by the blood, sweat, and tears.
Okay, but
of
I
the
think
dev
there's some
team.
new ray tracing, so.
Ooh, these atmospheric effects are really nice too.
じゃあ次は
Right, next up is Turbo Mode. Turbo Mode.
Showing turbo mode,
It
really?
is something that you know and love from the special edition of 3, Back Again from the Grave. So every time, you know,
の原点ってどこですか
people are always asking for it. So, what's the original point of the Turbo Mode? Well, originally it was from Street Fighter 2 Turbo, of course, but back when we were doing the PAL edition of Devil May Cry 3 for European PAL standard TVs, they ran at 50 hertz. So to make sure that that version had the same gameplay experience, we ran the game internally at 1.2x speed. That way, when the game ran at 50 hertz, everything still moved the same as on the
Cross-to-jump?
Japanese version, which was 60 hertz. So we did that for the first time with DMC3. So playing at 60 hertz with 1.2x boost turned out to be a lot of fun.
Alright, let's wait. I mean, it's not over, guys. I mean, we all did expect that.
That was and
this
so we
would
decided to
happen.
end up leaving it because it was very fun. So and this time it is the same speed, right? Yeah, it is. We tested at 1.32, but it just felt much better at 1.2 in the end. Matt's adding that that's the only sort of thing a legendary director and planner could figure out. And let's move on. Sorry about that. Click. Let's have a look at Turbo Mode in action. We made a nice video for it. So this is Nero, and you can see the same combo with Turbo Mode on and off for comparison. So you totally get this like two consoles and like a controller in each hand, right? No. So like we recorded it once, then we turned on Turbo Mode, and then we did it again. So just plain and simple. That's the easiest thing that we did. So okay, yeah, V's movement also makes the difference really obvious. You can see the difference in the distance that they're traveling in the same amount of time. Doesn't it feel weird though? Like once you've played with Turbo Mode on, kind of going back to regular mode must feel pretty easy. Yeah, it feels really incredibly slow. You're like, dude, was it always this slow? Yeah, once you get a taste for Turbo Mode, there's no going back. And that's, probably that feels why so many fans have been requesting it. By the way, Itsuno, you have another mode for us too, right?
I don't know if it's
It is
any
the
better.
legendary Dark Knight mode. It's an exciting mode where a huge amount of enemies will come at you. We're able to... I think we're able to show you that on actual hardware today. Kumabe, are you ready to do this? I'm
10
super
minutes
nervous,
left.
but yeah, I'll give it my best shot. Press start. Wow, dude, look at all of those enemies.
10 minutes left, guys.
Isn't this mission 1? Yep. I've never seen this many guys show up on mission 1 first. And look at Nero, it looks like he's got like these wings on him too, right? Yeah,
Okay,
that is
some
his
legendary
super
Dark Knight
character
stuff.
form.
Wow.
If you want to just play around with the legendary Dark Knight mode, using a super character is the perfect difficulty level. If you want a bit more difficulty, you can use a normal character, and then if you want to, like make life really difficult for yourself, you can play with no power-ups and so on. So using super characters makes your attack radius a lot wider when you're using super characters and a devil trigger. Yeah, Devil Trigger does make things a lot easier. Rather, if you don't use Devil Trigger or other crowd fighting tools, you'll probably really struggle in this mode. But if you do play well enough in this, the style gauge fills up really quickly, right? Yeah, it's a great way to collect orbs and a good way to get
Alright,
better
let's
orbs.
still. Let's
The
stay
next
hopeful.
gen consoles really pack a punch
Let's stay
too.
hopeful.
So we're able to get a lot more enemies on the screen than I expected. I doubt it was possible to show this many enemies and still have effects and image quality like this before. On the current gen systems, we're right up against the limits of the hardware with just the regular number of enemies. And I'm not surprised, the graphics are amazing even for those systems after all. Great, shall we move on? Next up is Dante. We're going to use Dante's super character form this time. So normally, you need to clear the main story. On the hardest mode, Dante must die mode in order to unlock Super Dante.
I actually
But he's
thought they
really
were going to
incredibly
showcase
powerful
something
and
with
probably
Dante.
a really suitable character for a legendary Dark Knight mode. Alright, let's go. Whoa! Dude, look at all those enemies!
They're not even
How
using
many enemies are
like
there about right now? Probably
Medellic's
about
weapons.
50. It's getting kind of insane over here. Oh wow, you went straight to Triple S. That was sweet. Dude, it is quite the party out here in Dante Land. So, last time I played this fight, I kind of think there was like maybe 10 of these guys at most, but now there's 50? Dang. Cavalier is perfect for this
yeah,
situation.
Sam Destiny. Like they said,
Yeah, I can
next
see why.
up
It has
Dante
a
was
wide
like,
area of effect.
and then
It's also got some damage resistance as well, so it's very great here. Graphically speaking, there's effects flying everywhere too, which makes taking down that many enemies really satisfying. That is next-gen power for you, right? It really feels like fighting a crowd. So, now, we've kept everyone waiting long enough. Are we ready to show playable Virgil? Is everything set up?
Yeah.
Let's get started already. Matt's like, okay, you have 10 seconds.
no HUD.
I want to show 10 seconds of this. Everybody's waiting, and now you can hear him counting down the amount of time you have. This is just everybody getting super excited. Go, show him more. Be more flashy. Do all the crazy things. 2,
Whoa.
1. And we're over.
Yeah.
Itsuno's like, dude, that was not cool. Not cool, dude. Give him more time. So, in Legendary Dark Knight mode,
Bring him
ray
back.
tracing, high frame
This
rate
was
mode,
cool.
and other features, DMC 5 Special Edition, that wouldn't be possible without next-gen consoles right from day one.
Oh my
And we also made Virgil playable as well. So one thing that we have done, we've also trying to bring playable Virgil to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC as DMC5 DLC.
At least there's a new move that wasn't in the game files, so that's likely to be new additions.
So, sorry that we don't have any more information for now, but please keep an eye out for more news about that. And you can see he's going, I bet people are like, oh, I'll no longer see people chanting Virgil DLC on my timeline. Ugh. Matt's like, alright, now time to recap. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is a next-gen launch title. You'll be able to play it on PlayStation 5 on its
The
launch
blue
day,
balling
and you'll be able to play it
Vergil.
on
Oh my
Xbox Series
goodness.
X on Xbox Series X's launch day.
残りの詳細はご覧の通りですね。
So,
At least we have
DMC5 Special Edition
we have Judgment Cut and
also
without
has
Devil Trigger,
all
so
of
that's
the
really good.
DMC5 Deluxe Edition content included, which means that the EX Color pack is in there. You can get the Gerbera GP01, which is an alternate
Let's notice
version
they
of Gerbera,
hide,
and
they did
Bloody
hide
Palace
but hide on purpose.
are all in there from the start. So you don't even need to download a patch, you can just play it straight away. I hope you all enjoy it. And, of course, you can play as Virgil. Virgil.
足が入ってますので、しっかり。
Yes, he is really in there. Stop asking. You have to wait a bit longer for details, but if you can see a bit, you can see a bit of it in the first trailer, and of course there will be more news coming later on.
それでは、
So,
にしましょうか。
this seems like a good place to wrap things up. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition will be available on launch day for both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
Pretty
The
much what we
price will be
expected.
4,990 yen, which is about 50 US dollars. DMC5 Special Edition uses everything that these next consoles have to offer, so we hope you'll enjoy seeing what they can do
Well,
right from day
We did
one.
see something.
Now, for our final thoughts, I'll go first.
このデビルメイクライ5スペシャルです。
People have been asking to play as Virgil since DMC5 came out, and even before then as well.
デビルメイクライ5
They're
So
referring
I'm
to the
happy
big
we're
coin
able to
post, huh?
finally answer those requests, I think.
バージルも提供できて、さらに
It's really nice.
実際 Day 1から
So, on top of that, I'm thrilled to have DMC5 SE as a next-gen launch title.
どういうものなのか。
I'd love for you to get hold of a next-gen console and then find out just what the console can do by playing our game Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition.
次はじゃあ、
So next, you, Kumawi-san.
OSE
Alright, it took me
わかりましたけど。
about 8 years for DMC for SE to come out. But this time, DMC5's Special Edition
早くバージルが届いてほしいな。
is ready for after just a year and a half. So I'm happy that I got to get the Virgil content to everyone so quickly. It's a lot of fun this time around as well, so please play it. And I hope you're all excited for the release day.
はい、最後はじゃあ。
Lastly, you're up, Isuno.
It's a recap, but with one last move. I mean, that's not completely a waste of time. We know it's not going to be full of
Ready
only
in
the
time
game
for
that
the
are
same
five.
day
It's going
launch
to
with
have
the new
some more,
hardware
so
is
really likely
not
new
an
weapons
easy
and
task.
stuff.
So the dev team is working really hard right now. I'm in the middle of doing some final testing myself as well. And I hope you all get a chance to enjoy the game along with all of the new hardware, on launch day. All right,
平井さん、
g'day.
I think we're done now, man.
Yeah, that was English.
これで、はい、もう伝え切ったかなと思いますね。
Yeah, I think we said everything we need to say.
だけどね
I hope we talked.
平井さんにバ
I hope everything we talked about made sense to everyone. So, Mr. Hirai, back to you. And this section will.
Alright, that's it. Well, at least thank you guys for... Well, I think, well, it was expected to see what we saw. We still got to see, like, a slight bit of details. So, I mean, that wasn't a complete loss. Well, 95% loss of time, but I mean, that's expectable. Well,
はい、アシスタントの池田ショコラでお送りいたします。よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。ということで、
so next this is going to be the Capcom information, but I will probably cut the live stream because it's going to be even related to the topic. So I hope we're going to show much stuff soon, but at least there are a couple of clues that
今日も
indicate to
すごい
a
元気がいい。
maybe more complete Virgil version. So at least a new stylish move that's it's kinda old-fashioned Virgil having a proper AI style.
ねえ。いや、ありがとうございます。
Ties is 5 seconds together pretty much, oh my god.
どうですか、こうつながっていきます。つながるとかわかります。
やっていただけますか？
I really think, yeah, since Matt teased new weapons, I think this Virgil might have a more complete moveset than ever, but then I'm not sure what purpose has the double trigger, because we saw Virgil performing Judgment Cut and
ありがとうございます。
real double trigger, so
いろんな方いますね。
I'm not sure the purpose of double trigger, so maybe it's just going to be a non-powered one like Dante, but no locked on no locked feature to double trigger seems a bit weird, besides that slight bumping we saw in the trailer.
たいなと思いますんでよろしくお願いします。
お願いいたします。
はいということで、デビルメイク5のね、スペシャルエディションの情報がガツンときましたけども。
DT specific moves, yeah, likely like the basic Yamato combo we saw in DMC4 Special Edition. We know it's going to be in 5.
もう皆さんちょっと追っ
盛り
かけてもらい
上がってると思う
たい。
レジェンダリーダークナイトモード、
はい。
あれをすごい険しい顔でプレイするあやなちゃんの顔がもう浮かんできますもんね。
そうですね、やっぱりその場でね、自分が戦ってるような気持ちでやっぱり挑みますからね。うわーって叫ぶじゃないですか。
The last Vegeta, V seconds of Virgil. Pretty smart one. Pretty smart one.
ね、本当ですね。
What's happening in November? Just the release, but they're likely to show at least some. Maybe I think they're going to, in all likeliness, mid-October. But at least they did say that the character wasn't finished yet.
現在
So it's on us to do some
発売記念ツイッターキャンペーンが実施
some last testing.
デビルメイクライシリーズ公式アカウント
The standard DT is the single trigger.
JP をフォローし投稿する
It doesn't have an,
ツイートを
a
リツイート
sub
す
form.
ると抽選で55名様にオリジナルクオカードが当たります。さらにコメントコースでは寿屋のフィギュアブラン
We
ド
saw Spirit World. Heavy Rain did have a lessened effect compared to before, from what I can remember from these 5 seconds. Now I hope that Judgment Cut End will be able to be cancelled, like with Trick Down, like in DMC4, for some end dashing. That would be nice. And if you can't, maybe some into Single Trigger.
こちらの募集期間、なんと明日9月28日月曜日13時までです。まだ応募してないという方はぜひキャンペーンに参加してください。
はい、
Yeah.
ぜひ皆さん参加よろしくお
I
願いし
mean,
ます。
we all knew that it was not going to be surprising, but Matt detailed us before the stream started, so we get what we
ま
get.
ずはこちらです。東京ゲームショウ2020オンラインショップからデビルメイクライ5スペシャルエディションのポロシャツとパーカーの紹介
Yeah, it's very likely that
ポロシャツはメインキャラクターのネロ
the actual SDT mechanic is going to be transforming it to V, and we saw the final attack, so maybe it's a parallel to Dante's Judgment.
どのキャラクターかが分かるというクールな仕上がりになっております。こちらのポロシャツのお届けは10月下旬予定となっております。はい、ここにサンプル
Oh, showing off
はい
the merch from
で、パー
from
カー
DMC.
の方がメインキャラクター、そして、バージルが愛用している武器
Damn,
を
I need this.
モノトーンで、背面にプリントしたかっこいいデザインのパーカーに仕上がっております。こちらのパーカーのお届けは10月1日以降を予定しております。
Looks cool,
ポロシャツとパーカーともに
Maybe in
ご予
blue.
約よろしくお願いいた
but
し
you
ま
need
す。
to
今も
be able to order from Japan, and that's pretty
そう
complicated.
ですね。
すごく温度調節にもってこいの。
1枚あると便利なやつ。はい。
I mean, that's a bit metalhead thing. Like you go in a
前は
for a bounce life and you wear this and just
シ
fits
ン
in.
プルでおしゃれですね。はい。
わかるかな。お酢でよ。
ぜひぜひご予約よろしくお願いいたし
お
ます。
願いします。
はい、続きましてこちらの映像をご覧ください。どうぞ。
Oh, yeah, showing the Dante figure from Prime 1 Studio. The details on the Damascus details, wow.
ビルメイクライシリーズで大人気キャラクターのダンテが超絶クオリティ驚愕の2分の1スケールで登場です。こちらのスタチューはゲームから飛び出したような存在感を目指してシリコン製の頭部で肌のリアルさを再現しています。
Yeah, they keep playing
また
very
頭
light
髪と
on
ヒゲなどは植毛による人工毛、瞳は特注のドールアイを使用しています。さらに衣装には合皮や綿などの布を使用して出題するダンテをファンの皆様にお届けします。なんと明日9月28日月曜日から新宿にございます
Okay, so
新宿
four
丸い
more
アネオックスの7階
four more minutes
プライ
of
ムワンスタジオギャラリーショップ
merch
に
stuff.
展示されておりますので、気になる方はぜひ足をお運びください。発売は少し先になるんですけれども、ぜひ受注開始時期決まりましたらご予約をお忘れなく。はい、スタジオの方に
Looks really nice. Look at the hair. Like Jesus, I thought it was real. Then again, I'm no expert about hair stuff.
これぐらいの大きさ
大きいですよ。
ね。
2分の1ですからね。私もさっき、
はい
一緒に写真撮らせていただいたんですけど、ほぼほぼ私とあんまり身長が
そうですね。
Huge, oh my goodness.
このし
I mean, I'm a short guy, so
そうなんですよ。顔をね、そう近くで見ていただくと、眉毛の感じとか、こうひげとか。
I'm pretty sure you have all of these splattered all around, all
どういうこと？
in every Capcom.
こう変えるや
Wait, the hair is real.
つ変えるようになる
Not well, not here, artificial,
す
but
ごいですね。
I'm pretty sure you can make him having the Virgil.
つい最近まで生きてました。何これ？
本当に動き出しそうな
ちょっと
感じですよね。
このコートの裾とか、これ本物やん。びっくりしません？
They did an actual recreation. This is more than just a
はい
stadium.
はいはい。
濃いのとかあります。
ありますね。汚れとかも靴もそうなんですけども、これ簡単に言うとおじいちゃんおばあちゃんが見ると話しかける可能性があります。もちろん個人的な意見なんですけど、
ありえそうですね。
本当にいるんでここに
今日
いやこれは
寒いねなんて言って
ねえ
Damn.
防犯にもなるんじゃないかぐらいびっくりします。すごいですね。
はい、ぜひ皆さん
It's
チェックしてみて
incredible
く
the
ださい。
marketing money Capcom has for Devil May Cry.
お楽しみにということで。
欲しいなこれね。はい、すいませんちょっと興奮しちゃいまし
最後はですね、
はい
カプコンストアの情報になります。
た。はい。
カプコンのグッズを販売するアンテナショップカプコンストア大阪が2020年11月に心斎橋パルコでオープンいたします。こちらのカプコンストア大阪は2019年渋谷パルコにオープンしたカプコンストア東京に続く関西初出店店舗です。ここでしか買えない限定グッズも続々登場予定です。今回カプコンストア
Yeah,
ビ
makes
ルメイ
sense.
クライ 5DMC モーターホーム型ポーチをご用意いたしました。こちらの商品も含めて店舗の最新情報は今後随時公開してまいりますので速報をお楽しみに。
Yeah, I would rather have a plane to Japan,
ほら
but
モーターホーム型ポーチ、
軽いんですよすごく。
ね、
ね
ゲームで見た
はい
車
車こう PV 自分なりの PV 撮れますけどこれでねガチャ
なんかぶっ飛んでた記憶がある。
yeah, I think they said. I mean, I don't talk Japanese at all for now,
ね
but I think they said
大きいかも。
the coat was
ねここまで
was
開く
real,
の
so maybe from
これ
never.
大事。
That's why it would be
す
so
ごい入れやす
expensive.
いから。
私なんかメイクポーチとか
あ
いいかなって思ったり。
いいですね。これねコントローラー1個入れちゃ
あ、そうね。
う。これもあるよ。
コントローラーも入ります
They
ね。
pulled DMC through Vergil again, but didn't add a new short story campaign or new costumes. Yeah, that's too early. I mean, they
ちょこんと
said that this live wouldn't be about
ということで
Virgil, so
関西地
it's a
方
bit
にお住ま
too
いの
early
方
to
はお楽
judge.
しみにお
I
待ち
mean,
ください。
we will have new cutscene for
そして
sure,
も
or
う一つ、カプ
maybe
コンのキャラクター
I don't know. I think for $5 having new missions will be a lot to ask. So maybe some adjustment for the character himself, but that's
ビル
it.
メイクライ5のコラボを開催いたします。今回先行してネロがギャルソンの格好をしたコラボイラストのラフを公開します。 こちらのイラスト含めグッズメニュー企画を今回も皆さんのご期待に添えるよう鋭意制作中だそうです。ご期待ください。以上デビルメイクライ5スペシャルエディション関連情報でした。
Okay, so this is the end of Devil May Cry 5
さて、話題は
part.
コロッと変えまして、
はい。
ここから先
So,
日
well,
発表されま
I
した
will probably cut the stream right now.
の
So, thank you for joining, guys,
こちらを
and
ご覧ください。どうぞ。
once we get more news, I will keep you updated. And, well, you'll probably see on Twitter as I do. So, I will probably, when we have more stuff, maybe I will do analysis thing. But for what we had, it's not worth staying much longer. So I hope you enjoyed watching the live together. I will promise that next time the technical stuff will be resolved, of course. And until then, see you on Twitter. You have my link in the description if you don't follow me on Twitter yet. And until then, bye bye!